Hey guys, Geometry Dash Fluffy Kitsune Punctuation here, and today we're going to be looking through the new Geometry Dash 2.2 sneak peek and break down all the hidden details that you may have missed because you were too busy spamming monkeys in the premiere chat. As some of you might know, this sneak peek video was made to celebrate the 8-year anniversary of Geometry Dash's release, and how we spent more than half of that time waiting for 2.2. Fortunately, this sneak peek is the longest and most detailed one to date, which means there's a lot to unpack from it. Starting off at the beginning, there's a very subtle detail that not many people picked up on. If you look carefully at the background, you'll notice, that's right, it's dark red now. This is the first time a dark red background has been used since RobTop's The Challenge, and this is a direct reference to the fact that, just like The Challenge, this level is going to be absolutely filled with bugs. Anyways, as usual, the video begins with a new icon sliding into the frame, this one designed by ML500. There's a lot of debate over what the icon is supposed to be, but if you zoom in a little, you can very clearly see that it's a purple Among Us. Unfortunately, you can't see it for long because it immediately falls into the spider portal and changes into default cube number 2. This is, of course, a showcase of the new change icon trigger, which has been teased countless times, and I think it really lives up to the hype. One thing you may have noticed is this monster guy swinging back and forth in a cage. Not only is it a cool decoration, but it also implies that 2.2 adds a Geometry Dash monster legal system with some pretty harsh punishments. Now that's world building. Speaking of monsters, on the far left here, you can see a new spiky monster, which I originally thought was Pink Enemy Guy from Just Shapes and Beats. However, then I remembered that I'm colorblind, and that's not pink. Upon further investigation, it seems like the monster is plagiarized from Volcanic Rush by Mannix, but that's okay since Mannix plagiarizes as well. One thing in particular I like about this sneak peek is the fact that you can clearly see that over these past few years, RobTop learned a lot from the levels made by the community. This is most notable in the second spider part, where he covers up the portal with a gravity change so you have no idea what you're going to turn into. Following that is, Okay, I genuinely have no idea how to explain what's going on here. In this next part, the icon takes a regeneration potion, and then has to solve a puzzle in order to progress. I know the solution looks really confusing at first, but there's actually a really subtle hint in the decorations. It's very easy to miss, but, I think you hit the yellow ones. If you look toward the bottom during this part, you may have also noticed another spiky guy peeking out from behind the pillar. We already went over what it's supposed to be, but what you may not have known is that the monster next to him is actually Purple Guy from indie game sensation Five Nights at Freddy's.
Geometry Dash.
Oh my god. That's the name of the game. Now, this is actually our first official look at the new swing game mode, and despite 4 years of development, RobTop still hasn't figured out what color to make the portal. Well, actually, there isn't one. You might notice that this portal doesn't have a symbol next to it, and that's because it's actually a fake, and there's very obviously a brand new change to swing trigger for this exact scenario. Okay, this part is really cool. Basically, the level rotates 90 degrees, and the gravity shifts to make up for it. Now, you can very clearly see this happens as soon as the portal is touched, and I speculate that it probably has something to do with this new orange portal. My guess is that when you touch it, it rotates gravity so that whichever way the arrow faces is now up. Also, it's very obvious that RobTop hasn't been watching those mobile game ads, because he should know that the lava over here should be flowing down. Shame on you, RobTop, you should know this stuff. After that, the screen rotates again, but the preview ends shortly after because the rest of the level hasn't been made yet. Like, come on, what happens if you go through this portal without hitting the blue orb? Do you just, like, fly through here or something? Either way, unlike other sneak peeks, there's still a lot more to show. Oh, I get this one. So basically, RobTop is making a joke about how some people in the Geometry Dash community think that Spanish people exist. Okay, wait, hold that thought, he's showing another level. And hey, just like the last one, RobTop still can't make up his mind over if he should use a pixel art style or not. Now, this level seems to be a large, expanded version of Moving Obstacles 2 by Sumsar, and we know this because the controls are clearly just as janky. Looking around, there's a lot to unpack here. There's some ladders to climb, a bunch of moving platforms to ride, you got some coins to collect, and if you're skilled enough, you can even try and go for the winged berry up here. Overall, I love how much stuff is going on in this area, and it's a really cool showcase of some of the new features like platformer mode and the new crate that floats up and down trigger. Obviously, this level is going to be a very difficult platforming challenge, but fortunately, I have several years of quirky indie game experience, so for me it should be pretty easy to pull off. So you start down here, you jump over this part, climb up here, grab the coins, fall, jump. There's a little hidden coin over here, so get that. Climb up the ladder. Then you got some moving platforms, so you're going to want to navigate through that. Climb up a bit more. There's some more moving platforms over here, so you have to be really careful. These things fall up and down, so you have to kind of time between them. And then... Ah! Wait, what? Oh, very funny, Demon Guardian. Very funny. All in all, I thought this was a really cool sneak peek. You got new game mechanics, new visuals, new effects. B tier. Didn't even show the Pog icon.